Hello everyone and welcome to the Halo 4 epidemic. My name is Mr. Pokephile and I'm excited to announce that I'll be returning to the channel to do flood features every once in a while. I'm extremely excited to be back, and I figured what better way to come back than bring a awesome, just fantastic flood feature here. This one's known as Cedricville. It was built by REMkings and it uses the game type called the Beast Within. It is a free roam flood map that focuses on 4 primary holdout locations and a warthog. Some of you might remember a map called Deadborough back from Halo Reach, which REMkings also made. This map is very reminiscent of Deadborough. It plays fairly similar, but with Halo 4 settings and a couple things tweaked. One thing that I like about this version of the map, however, is his choice of building design. A lot of maps in Halo 4, especially urban flood maps, tend to lean kind of towards this urban or modern looking building style, if not futuristic even, and it gets kind of stale, to be honest, because everyone's doing that. So the fact that REMkings has chosen to go with this kind of rustic looking building style, it's very, very refreshing, and it works really well with the gray filter, so I'm happy he chose that instead of a modern building style and whatnot. Also pair this with the fact that REMkings uses a really interesting way of utilizing blocks. I mean, he uses blocks in ways that I don't really think to use them myself. So it's again really refreshing, and a lot of these buildings they look small from the outside, but there's a lot of complexity to them and a lot of layers. As a human, you actually feel like you're climbing up these buildings, and you feel the destruction, and they feel claustrophobic, but in a positive way. I mean, it doesn't feel like you're trapped inside the building. It feels like you have room to breathe, and you have room to kill zombies and whatnot. However, you do feel slightly claustrophobic, so it adds to the gameplay experience. So right here you can see one of my favorite parts about this map is climbing up the steeple, which as you do as a human, you are in this kind of small little tube as you fight your way up and you get a sniper rifle up here. Now once you're on top, you have a false sense of security. I mean, you feel like since you are up high on the map that you are away from the zombies, but unfortunately for you, the zombies have many routes to get up on top of these buildings. It's not exclusively using the staircases and ramps to get up. There are crates in the back, there's ways to jump from one building to the other, which unfortunately I can't do because I'm bad at playing Halo, but some of the zombies and some of the other players will be able to jump from building to building. However, I couldn't. On top of this, there's many routes up for the zombies. You have a false sense of security, but at the same time you get a really nice gameplay experience when you're on top of the building, or even in some of the other rooms where you get an onslaught of infected, because the encounter rate on this map was done very nicely. At the beginning, when you try to get to the warthog, you can expect a quick encounter from a flood, as REMkings has set up spawn points to create a nice little experience at the beginning. As you run towards the warthog, zombies will jump out at you, and normally 1 or 2 players get infected, and it starts the chain reaction, so that's nicely. A lot of designing went into that. Now, alternatively, if you're not like me and you like getting inside of a warthog, which is most people, the warthog gameplay on this map is fantastic. REMkings has definitely spent a lot of time crafting these warthog routes, and they may look straightforward at first, like you can just whip around the map, but that's not the case whatsoever. There's a lot of hidden jumps on the map that you can really use to your advantage to cut corners or get to specific areas quicker in a warthog. So I advise checking out the warthog if you're lucky enough to get inside of one, because there only is one warthog at the beginning, and it obviously can only hold 3 people, so everyone's going to fight to get inside of that warthog. But if you do get inside of a warthog, check out some of the jumps. They're really useful. They're very fun to use too, and you'll definitely have a lot of memorable experiences while driving around in a warthog. Now, if you're not lucky enough to get in a warthog, you can get inside of a mongoose, and you can get somebody on the back. Now, I must warn you, you're incredibly vulnerable on a mongoose. It's really, really easy to get taken out, but you still get that reminiscent gameplay of those sand trap days while you were driving around sand trap having the flood chasing you. So probably what I like most about this map is that it really offers the player choices. You can either go inside the buildings and play it very defensively like I tend to do, or you can get out there and get in a warthog or a mongoose and whip around and have that type of flood experience. So it really caters to a lot of different flood people. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to play flood, and this map offers you quite a few. And you can see here I almost stopped 2 assassinations in one game. I was kind of proud of myself, but unfortunately I don't get that. So on the right there where that crate is, that's one of the jumps. There are many jumps on the map, most of which I'm not talented enough to pull off, but you can see here we use one of the jumps, and unfortunately for us, it doesn't end the best. So if you guys want to download this map, both the map and the game type will be in the description. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. My name is Mr. Pokephile. I thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.